Salutations, everybody. Lord X here, coming at you for one last X Zone of 2019. That's right. It's time for my final pickups video of the year. We're in the final quarter. We're in the final couple of days of December. Hopefully I get this video out on the 31st. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping to edit this right afterwards, and hopefully there won't be too much editing down to do. So, December, November, October, counting backwards, those 3 months, those are the three that we're going to go over here today. I'm pretty sure I have everything. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of stuff. But we got the main stuff to go over here, okay? And as I start off all of these pickup videos, I'm going to go over the digital stuff that I picked up in these past 3 months. So, first off, on PS4 in October, I picked up Man of the Damned, played it. It was alright. It was a bit too short for my taste, and I managed to get everybody out alive, so I don't know if I was good at what I was doing, or the game was that easy, but it was enjoyable, but nowhere near as good as Until Dawn. But still great. And the other game that I picked up there was Broken Sword 5. Haven't gotten around to that yet. I did have a physical game in October that I did pick up, but I've got it loaned out right now to a friend, my manager actually, and that is Catherine Full Body for PlayStation 4. I have a physical edition of that. I think I might have shown that off in the last video, maybe. Not 100% sure there, but yeah, there's that. Alright, moving on to November. November, I didn't pick up any digital games in November. That's very weird. Pretty sure I had picked up some digital games in November, but apparently I did not. So let's keep moving on. Let's go to December. December, I picked up a bunch of digital games. I picked up Devil May Cry 5 Deluxe Edition on PlayStation 4. I've been playing it. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's a beautiful looking game. Like, oh my god. Playing it on the Pro and on a 4K TV. Wow. It's been the first, like, holy shit, this was looking gorgeous. I picked up Hard West on a Nintendo Switch. It was like $5. No, it's less. I think it was like $2.50. Because I used gold coins to buy it anyway. Next, I bought Untitled Goose Game on PlayStation 4. Fucking love that game, and you will hear me talk about that more in my Games of the Year video, which is probably going to be out in January sometime. It ain't happening now, today or tomorrow in this year. Plus, there's a few that I'm going to talk about here today that I want to finish first before I make that video. Next up, I bought Cat Quest 2 on PlayStation 4 because I fucking loved the first Cat Quest game. That's another one that I kind of want to play some before I make my top 10 list for this year. Next up, I picked up Thief Simulator on the Nintendo Switch. I blame the Achievement Hunter guys because I fucking love their Let's Watch videos of that game, and it was on sale for like $5 on the Switch eShop, so I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll buy it. And I haven't gotten around to playing it yet, but I will. I enjoy watching that game, so I can't wait to actually play that game and see how well or how terrible it runs on the Nintendo Switch. Next up, I bought Life is Strange 2, the complete season on PlayStation 4. Just finished that yesterday, and I fucking loved it. Loved it. No, not only yesterday, I think it was the day before that. Saturday I finished that up, but whatever the case, love that game. Again, you are definitely going to see that on my top 10 games of 2019. For sure. And finally, digital release-wise, I picked up Persona Dancing Endless Night Collection, which includes Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, I believe it is, and Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Those three rhythm games, and I've been playing the third one, really enjoying it. Maybe not the best thing to be playing on a 58-inch TV screen, by the way, because you're like, over there. Oh shit, I'm over this way. Oh, the notes are over there. Now they're over there. That's kind of what I'm like right now, especially playing on hard mode, which is like hurting my brain in many, many ways. But yeah, that is it for the digital titles that I picked up within the months, the past 3 months. I'll get the word straight in a minute. So let's dive into the physical games that I picked up. So let's kick things off with the one Nintendo game that I picked up within these past 3 months. It's hard to believe I only bought one physical Nintendo Switch game. Of course, that is Pokemon Sword for the Switch. And I have played it. I have finished it. I've done the little post-game stuff where you end up catching this guy. And yeah, I think it's brilliant. I fucking adore this game a lot. I'm not one of those people that were upset about the whole Dexit thing with not being able to transfer your favorites over or some of your favorite Pokemon not ending up. I don't give a damn. Cyndaquil is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time because Pokemon Gold was the first game that I played, and Cyndaquil was the first Pokemon I chose. So I have a very, connection with that Pokemon. But I didn't care that he's in this. In fact, I would have been happy if they were like, you know what? Screw it. 150 new Pokemon. You can't bring the other ones over. We're starting from scratch. I would have loved that. And for me personally, when I start a new Pokemon game, I try to go with some of the new ones, or at least Pokemon that I've never used before. And in this game, Flapple is the absolute best. It is a dragon grass type. It is a little baby dragon inside of an apple. It is adorable and cute. But yeah, overall, I really dug this game. I wish there was a little bit better with the trading system into it, but it's better than what they did for Let's Go. All the quality of life stuff in this is amazing. So yeah, bravo to Pokemon Sword. I love this game, and I keep going back to it because I'm like, I want to catch a few more different types. I want to get a few more different types. You know what I mean? So yeah, fun game. Highly recommend it, in my opinion. Next up here, let's see. Let's go with the November games first, and I'll end off on the last one. Black Friday, or sorry, not Black Friday. Yeah, it was Black Friday, actually. I picked up Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the third game in the new Lara Croft Origin series, I guess you can call it. Where she finally becomes the Tomb Raider. Yeah, experience Lara Croft's defining moment, which I thought the last game was, or the game before that. But apparently it took 3 games in order for her to get her defining moment. So, either way, I'm looking forward to finally playing this. I know from some people that it's not as good as the previous 2, but I got it for $20, so I'm quite happy with that, to finally get around to playing it. And the next 3 games here are basically Christmas presents. Family sent me money in ahead of time, saying, we usually get you a game for Christmas, so what do you want? I was like, well, just send me the money in earlier, like around Boxing Day, and I'll pick up a few for the price of one, essentially. And that's what I did with these 3 games I'm going to talk about here. First off, Hitman 2. I cannot wait to finally dive into this. I'm in no hurry to get to this one right now, simply because it isn't a 2019 game, and I really wouldn't want to include it on my top 10 list in that regards. So at the beginning of the year, I thought I was going to have to include some, 2018 or 2017 games on my list, so because I didn't know if I was going to play 10 brand new games. But I think I'm good on that right now anyway, to pick out 10 games to choose for a list. Anyways, Hitman 2, can't wait to play that. So doubling down, I was going to say doubling down on the Square Enix stuff, but Hitman 2 is published by Warner Brothers now. I forget about that. Next up, this was not a Boxing Day sale game, but this was a pre-owned game. That's Dragon Quest Builders. I know the second one's out now, but this was $13, I think it was. so I really couldn't pass on to it, especially as a Christmas gift. I really wanted to dive into the first game anyway, so looking forward to playing that in the near future. And finally, the big Christmas game, as I would call it, a 2019 game, a game that I cannot wait to finally dive into, and that's Judgment on the PlayStation 4 from Sega, from the Yakuza team, diving back into that world as a different character and a different story. I'm looking forward to that. The wild and wacky world of that developer is one of my favorites. And finally, we come to the Boxing Day sales. And the one Boxing Day sale that I picked up, and it's still in the shrink wrap, as you can kind of see by the glare there, I picked up Death Stranding, aka Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. So I'm looking forward to diving into this. Walking simulator, as some have called it. Kojima's an odd cat, and I am looking forward to diving into this. And because I was one of the first 50 people to pick up this game, I actually ended up with a free gift. They had some of these Totaku figures, and this one I think I will take out of the case because the box is damaged after I plucked the price sticker off of it anyway. That's a Lara Croft Totaku figure. So yeah, there you go. There's Lara. These little figures are kind of nice. I like the little stats on the back there. It's cool. And that does it for the games that I picked up. So let's dive now into the movies. Now, I might have talked about one of these on my last video, but I don't know if I did or not, so I'm just going to talk about it here again anyway. First off, Black Friday sales. I picked this up at Walmart. Godzilla King of the Monsters 4K Ultra HD. That is the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, the normal Blu-ray, and a digital code on there. So I fucking love this movie and adore it. I still haven't gotten around to actually watching this since I bought it. One of the main reasons why I'm really considering a PlayStation 5 on day one is just to get the 4K Blu-ray player so I can watch this along with stuff like Avengers Endgame on my nice 4K TV with a 4K Blu-ray. So, for that. And I also got Shin Godzilla as well. I cannot remember if I talked about that in the last video or not, but yeah. Double the Godzilla here for this video. Now let's dive into the collectibles for this video. And what is the final pickups video of the year? The final pickups video from Lord X of the decade. I know technically it's not the end of the decade till next year, but fuck it. People like it when things start with 0 all over again. Without Amiibo getting returning. And I've only got 2 here to talk about. First off, we've got Simon Belmont, which I think is a really nicely designed Amiibo figure. You know, good old Simon from Castlevania. And the other one, Incineroar. Probably one of my favorite new Pokemon of the past couple generations. Why is he my favorite Pokemon? One, he's a fire type. I'm a fire starter normally. I went with water and shield, mostly because I hated the look of the fire Score Bunny's final evolution. Hated that, so I went with water type instead. But he's a fire type, he's a cat, and he's a wrestler Pokemon. This guy was made for me. That's it. And when the Amiibo came out, I had to get the Amiibo for that reason, because I fucking love this guy. Alright, so, that's pretty much it. No, there are Funkos to talk about, people. Yes, Funko Apocalypse continues. First off, it's Cook, his Avengers Endgame look, where he's basically in a Hawaiian shirt and pants and playing Fortnite. I love Cork, so this was an obvious, and he's a hefty bugger too. Next up, my one and only Simpsons Funko, because it is a 2019 fall limited edition. It's Mr. Burns, a vampire Mr. Burns from the Treehouse of Horror series. So yeah, I saw him, had to grab him because, It's a limited edition one. It's Simpsons. It's Treehouse of Horror. How could I refuse? Next up, I got this one out of Toys R Us. It is Captain Marvel, Marvel, one of the Marvel 80 Years Celebration Funkos. Again, a fall exclusive here. There you go. There's him. And finally, the day of recording this video, I went to the comic shop. They had 20% off sale on. And I was looking at their Funkos, and they finally had this guy back in stock again after having passed on him in the last time around. I had to get him this time now that he was there. It's Spyro the Dragon. This is a very nicely designed pup. He has a nice little blue base that he's sitting on in there. You can kind of see it. But yeah, I love the Spyro games. Spyro the Dragon was one of the first two PlayStation games that I ever owned. So I was happy to get him there. And that pretty much wraps it up, except not, because I got a few things behind me that you've seen the entire video right now. There's an AEW baseball cap there. I wanted to put that there to show it off, also to cover up some papers. Of course, here is Android 18. She arrived actually right after I recorded the last pickups video, but it's one of those Bushido figures. Not Bushido, sorry, Banpesto. The guys that do the anime stuff. There you go. We'll rotate around, see some Android booty there. Yeah, really nicely designed. After getting the Bulma one, I ordered that one because, again, they were fairly cheap, and they're really nicely designed. And I love the Android 18 character. It's great. And finally, the newest Pop Funko in my collection that I adore, to the point where I got a case for him. It is the Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is a LA Comic-Con exclusive. A buddy of mine picked this up in Las Vegas for me, actually, at the Hot Topic there. And as you can see, yes, that is the Cosmic Ghost Rider, who, if you don't know, is Frank Castle from an alternate timeline, who, when Thanos attacked the Earth, when he was dying, he called out for vengeance. Mephisto answered, gave him the powers of the Ghost Rider. Unfortunately, by the time Castle was brought back to the Earth, everything was destroyed. He was basically left alone on the Earth to roam around for years. Eventually, Galactus shows up. He becomes the Herald of Galactus. They go off to kill Thanos. Thanos kills Galactus. Frank ends up working for Thanos and eventually goes back in time to kill baby Thanos. Can't do it, so he takes him and to raise him right, and there's a little baby Thanos pop actually attached. You can see him right there. Anyways, folks, that's it. We're done. We're done for another year. Now, what exactly is coming to this channel in 2020? Well, I honestly don't know right now. The wrestling videos have really completely stopped. WWE 2K20 really killed any inspiration I had to do a new season, or even to continue what I was working on to finish off the last season, the end of the line tournament. The first round of that was recorded. The first 4 matches were actually done, edited, all ready to go. But yeah, that whole thing just really killed any kind of inspiration I had to keep working on that series. So unfortunately, I don't know if those videos will be coming back at all. I do want to get some new gameplay stuff going on the channel. Maybe just recording and then doing voiceover onto it afterwards, or trying to do some more live streaming. It's just hard to find the time for that, where I'm not like exhausted or anything. Finding the time to record this is a bit hard as well at times. But other than that, I've been tinkering with the idea of bringing Glitched Out back in some form again, maybe as an off and on news show when something big happens, because we got the big consoles coming back. There's a lot of big games coming out at the beginning of the year, which I would like to talk about again, because I do miss doing that, and doing, podcasting, that kind of stuff. nowadays, so bringing back Glitched Out, or I can't remember what I call it now, the little mini episodes that I used to do every week. Maybe something like that again. I've been tinkering with the idea of doing like a movie watching and review type show, mostly because of Disney Plus and the massive offerings that it has there. Maybe doing, watching and ranking the Marvel movies. I might do that before Black Widow comes out. But yeah, other than that, stuff's coming. This channel will somewhat stay active. That's about it. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate it as always. Now from me and Android 18, we wish you a happy new year. Hopefully it's a prosperous new year for you. Be good, be cool, don't cause any trouble, don't drink too much, or drink too much. I don't really care. You're your own person. Just be cool to others, okay? That's the motto for 2020. Just be cool to others. And until then, I've been Lord X. You have been awesome. And I'll see you in 2020.